Photography is not a diagram. Foreground, middle ground, background is not a recipe to make a photo. Sometimes it's not about foreground, middle ground and background. Sometimes it's not about the layering. The frame is alive, shifting with you. So we are talking about unstaged photography when it comes to street photography. So we need to consider that. Layers can be vertical, diagonal, light, shadow, reflection, even silence. So we don't need to think that it's just in this way, no, foreground, middle ground and background. Sometimes layering it can be in this sense, sometimes it can be in this sense. So we need to study a lot, of course, through the work of the others, to study books, but we will recognize that there are several ways to think about layering on the street. Layers can be given also by the light, by the shadow, by the reflection. A shadow hiding a certain thing, or creating a silhouette, making something even more, giving us a different sense of depth of the images, no? By using also silhouette and light and the shadow and the reflection. The reflection also in a showcase can give us different layers, but are layers that are completely different from the usual foreground, middle ground and background. It can appear like a double exposure in camera. So it is very interesting also to photograph reflections. And so everything is it is a feeling more than a technique. Start from the background, give us a lot of things. The background is the canvas where we can use everything to collide inside the frame. A wall, geometry, a burst of light give us something, no? So when I photograph, I always say that it is just a detail that gives me the will, the desire to photograph at that moment. So focus in a thing, and the other things, if you become an attentive photographer, will collide inside the frame in a natural way, not by imposition, but setting that inside the frame. So you can start from a detail that calls the attention, and then you will create a good composition. A strong backdrop holds the frame together, so you will wait. That is something that we start when we start with photography. We make that, we choose a background, and then we wait the right subject. But we can use that also for more complex composition. So I think that is interesting to consider always a background, because it can be the right startup to make a great photo. Color as content, like in this frame, for example, of course the red is the protagonist in this shot. The color hierarchy guides the eye many times. I am not saying that it needs color matches. That is completely different. A photo that is made just because there are 2 or 3 subjects or objects with the same color is not a justification, is not a good reason to make a photo. But to respect the color hierarchy in a certain place, it works very fine in order to have this sense of a photographer that is attentive and to create something that works together, because to respect the color hierarchy is very important in order to make a composition that works fine, no? That is not a color that is in contrast or calls more the attention of the main subject, for example, no? Red, like in this example, can become a protagonist. The photograph can start from a color. Because there is a scene like that starting from the color, but there is also several things that are interesting inside the frame. So color alone can't be the reason why we photograph, but color can be the start to make a photo, to organize a composition, no? Working the scene. One shot is never enough. We can see the work of the masters, even when shooting film, they made a lot of photos of the same thing, of the same event. By making that, you will have also in the sense of making photos with the stream of consciousness is very useful to make photos that you know already that the photo is not the one that will work perfectly, but there are photos that help us to reach the other photo. Sometimes by provoking a reaction also, and that photo before provoked something that is the good one after that, no? So it is very important to one shot is never enough. Many times shift, crouch, step back, move in, look behind. That is what the good street photographer does on the street. The dance is theirs and yours. So we are dancing on the street when we make photos. We need to move our body, not stay just in a position, but to move and understand how to manage, because as I said when we start this presentation, I said that the position, our position, and also our presence is fundamental in order to make a good photo. Timing is not luck. Timing means patience and anticipation, pre-visualization in respect to what will happen. So I am here, I am looking, I am organizing, I am deciding to include the poles like in this frame that you can see here, and by having this decision I have the passion to expect and also pre-visualize where the people will stay in a certain moment. So by watching the rhythm, the movement, the movement and the light, I will make a better composition, a better photograph. Pre-visualization is fundamental in this thing called street photography, so we need to consider this. Feel the beat before pressing the shutter button. Feel the vibe, feel the rhythm. You need to feel that particular rhythm that gives us a particular mindset also in order to create something that is unique as photographers.